Bakit? Ha? Oo, nag-start na ako. Maybe you guys are wondering how I came up to this point and survived online classes. Well, that's also something that I never have imagined. Yeah, but thinking about education in the midst of pandemic. So challenging. Sleepless nights, internet connection problems, lack of well-working devices, compliance, and injustice deadlines. All those are real. But as they say, education must push through. So I accepted the challenge. And now I'm about to end it with the rest of my 30 blockmates. Exciting! No more sleepless nights. But anyway, I just want to go dive into this subject in which I could say I enjoyed having. For this has made me realize that whatever situation I am in, there is always beauty in it. You know what? I realize that in times when I feel invalidated, I can express my feelings. Actually, I love to sing, and I mostly expressed everything into singing, composing a poem, and then later on, it's already a song. It's a combination of words, movement, music, voice, and stage designs. In other words, theater is a form of art. But what this subject has made me do is to look around our house and find something. And I found a portrait of my cousin Hias. And I could say that that's a very pretty thing that I have found because I am really a fan of drawing, cartooning, portraiture, and all that. So yeah. And because of that, it has made me appreciated that art has been existing ever since. Speaking of art's existence, I won't forget one of my favorite visited places when I was still young, and that's the museum. I really have loved looking and observing at paintings. I'm so in love with their unexpected interpretations. And that gave me the gut to choose The Last Supper of Leonardo da Vinci, a European painting. And guess what? Who would have thought that I could make a painting out of coffee? Do you know about Fernando Morsolo's The Manila Bay of 1995? I made an imitation of that in the form of coffee painting. And that is what I could say, my favorite artwork. I really am not good at painting. I even having a hard time doing such. So right when I have finished it, I couldn't imagine I have done such. But of course, what's more important there is that art is an art in whatever form. But actually, coffee painting is not my only favorite. I also have loved imitating paintings in a form of photography. Exactly. For I love photography so much. And guess what? I have imitated the Palay Maiden, which was also done by ours truly, Fernando Amorsolo. And the main reason why I chosen that is because I want to emphasize that teenage pregnancy should not be normalized in our society. But anyway, maiba lang, one fun fact, I could spend an hour browsing different kinds of pictures on Pinterest. And I think that's one of the things Pinterest is proud of. Lol. But wait, if you notice, I've already imitated two works of Fernando Marsolo. Isn't it obvious that I am an avid of our dearest local artists? And speaking of, I want to flex my favorite group task that we have successfully done. And this is a virtual exhibit. Gamaba stands for Gawad Manlilikha ng Bayan. And we featured one of our Gamaba artists, Ferdinand Caballero. Featuring him and his works really made my jaw drop. Figuratively. Tikum Kadlum. Amburukay, Delikaryong Pada, Pahagunong, Kalampay, Sinagnayan, Balanakon, and Humadapon. Those are his published works. Aside from painting and photography, I also couldn't imagine that I have done a sculpture out of a bar of soap. Can you also do that? Of course! If I have done it, then you also can do it. Kaya mo yan. And yes, I have made a camel, one of the American totem animals, which symbolizes survival, endurance, obedience, nobility, positive, accomplishment, adaptive, temperance, and humility. And you know what? It's one of the activities that I have made with my full patience. Yeah, because I have done it 2 times. Because I failed the first one. Expected. Lol. But with all perseverance, I finally made it. Like paper weaving. And if you don't know, our brothers and sisters in Mindanao, specifically in Maguindanao, are fond of making textiles through weaving. And I really find it beautiful, elegant, and something that should be proud of. Because it's kinda world class. Yes, world class. Anyway, before I forgot, I already have mentioned a while ago that I love singing. Actually, I was on my 8th grade when I got my first song composition. Do you wanna hear it? Next time na lang. Okay, so back now, I was also given a chance to compose. But this time, a poem out of an existing poem. You know about a poetry which has blackened lines out of marker? Well, that's a blackout poetry. And as you can see, I have made the poetry from the poem Sorrow, which was written by this artist. Sorry if I couldn't mention your name because it's too hard for me to pronounce it. And from that, I came up with my own and entitled it Choice and Chosen, which I meant about having someone who truly loves, cares, and has been there for us. And I think that's it. And as you can see, and if you have read, I entitled this vlog, Who Would Have Thought? Because who would have thought that in these trying and very difficult times, God has given me reasons to still find life beautiful, awesome, and amazing that should be lived for. And just like how art has been around, God's love for everyone is always existing. How about you? How your life going? How's your day? Can you share some art in you? I would love knowing. Yay!